Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going over a one card combo. It's with Fallen of White, and it's going to be the same line you normally do. But when you summon Quem, if you do summon Quem as we usually do off of Ecclesia, the Synchro, we're actually going to be going an XYZ route. So that does mean we're going to be normal summoning Fallen of White. We are going to be getting a lot of advantage, a lot more balance, a lot more disruptions. So get ready. This is going to be the best video yet. I'm so excited. I mean, everything has been like just perfect. Like the other day, I tried to do my Fallen. You know, like we do our Fallen of White lines all the time. I play one Dragon's Mind, by the way, so because you see it. We discard all the time. It's just better than Retribution, in my opinion. So I may even play Retribution and the One Mind. Anyway, so. But basically, yeah, I summoned my Fallen of White, and as they normally do, they would negate us, right? Well, what you do from there is, like, I specialed a Cartesia, and I just went into a rank 4, and I went full combo. So let me show you how you can just whoop so much booty by just playing the Merrymaker rank 4, and then the 2 cards that supplement her. So you do need 3 extra deck spaces for this, but it is very well worth it. And you're going to be summoning them and using them on every turn, both turns, in major ways. Alright, let's go. Alright. Let's do, Alright, let's just do Fallen of White by himself. It's not going to be as optimal, but it will be insane. Fallen of White. Fallen of White, we're going to normal summon and activate its on summon effect to summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia is now going to tribute herself to summon Golden Sword Soul. Golden Sword Soul and Fallen of White are going to sync for Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to banish herself. So what we're going to do is add summon Quem. And there's a lot of good things to summon here. I'm just testing different things out. One thing I like to do, and I kind of just got in the habit of doing, is out of maybe laziness. There could be a whole lot of more lines, different ways to do this that are better, but I like to summon Quem and then send the kit. So on summon with Quem, we're actually going to be sending Tri-Brigade Kit, Springens Kit. Now we have one Springens in rotation, notice. Okay, we can also activate our Golden Sword Soul. Maybe should have done this Chainlink 1, but or Chainlink 2 to the Ecclesia, because when a card is banished, well, I think it would start a new chain. Anyway, you banish this, so yeah, it would. So we'd actually banish this here and summon from grave the Ecclesia again, okay? Now, Kit was sent to the grave, right? So now Kit's gonna summon Fallen of White. Let's go into an XYZ using Fallen. Let's conjoin Ecclesia with Fallen of White and make madness like usual. Springens Merrymaker. Now, Merrymaker has an effect on summon to send any monster from the deck to the grave that mentions Springen. So let's send the new card that I'm adding. So let's say that this is, for the sake of this combo, this is a level 8 monster. I do play this. But let's say that this is Captain Sargus. This is my proxy I'm waiting for. So he has 28 defense, and actually, yeah, so he's 28 defense, and he's a quick effect pop by detaching from an XYZ. So he's the one proxy, and then we're gonna use also a level 8 called Braga, Springens Braga. You don't have to play this. It just gives me, if you want the 5 interruptions for free. So let's get that's Braga. Let's make this Braga for the sake of the video. So we'll send this to the graveyard right off of Merrymaker. Oh, notice we summoned from the extra deck. We made Merrymaker, so we could actually use Quem's effect here and summon a level 4, summon, Kit from the grave or whatever. But let's wait on Kit. So we now have Braga in the grave. Braga's effect is that he can quick effect go underneath as an XYZ material. Let's just do that right now. But he has a second effect that if he's detached from the material, he actually, if he's in the grave, he can banish himself alongside another Springens monster to add any Springens card from deck to hand. So that would be like the 5th interruption. which is an insane interruption because the one I add is a continuous trap that has its effect says when your opponent activates a card effect during either turn. Negate the effect or summon a level 8 from I believe either grave. It's insane. And then it also says when an XYZ leaves the field, which makes it all in one effect. If an XYZ leaves the field, basically all your opponent's monsters lose 1,000. So that's strong too. There's like a lot of effects on there. It's really nice. So here we just lay over the Merrymaker, our champion Sargus. Now, Champion Sargus is so ridiculous. He doesn't ask you to detach a single material. He just once per turn add any Springens card. Now, this is when I realized I had to play Springens. When I realized Champion Sargus adds any card, because that means I could just run the one Tally Ho. So this is all I'm playing, guys. Like 3 cards in here that are outside of the norm. Even though I'm playing all kinds of cards that are outside of the norm, it's a 60 card build. But Tally Ho Spring, but it's something you can add to your build. I have all this combo involves all the cards you're already playing. You just need, so you can just add the few Springen cards, and you're already playing this and Kit. Hopefully, you're already playing OG Kit because it's an amazing card. Do not sleep on OG Kit. Do not underestimate her. When you take her out, you're gonna either miss her or forget how great she was, and it's always better to play her because Ecclesia needs another target to summon. We need another extender that gives you full combo when they negate your Fallen of White. It's just nuts. It's end phase. I play Spring too, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna show you really why we play Springens OG. So we add Tally Ho. Let's activate it. Tally Ho says you can detach any amount of materials from XYZs on the field to summon that many Springens from hand and grave. And notice the first though, it says first add a Springens from your deck to hand. So you can special summon any Springens from deck to field, plus any Springens from your grave, which you're always going to have at least the Merrymaker, the Kit, and whatever you add. So that's 3 summons. You just got 3 bodies for free on board, just off Tally Ho. And Tally Ho has another effect that in grave, you can add this back to hand by detaching from an XYZ, which triggers Sargus. So Sargus, his other effect is every time a monster is detached from an XYZ anywhere on the field, you can pop or bounce anything. So that's very good because we're always going to have Captain Sargus, which instigates that detachment on both turns. But his effect is to detach from any XYZ. This is Captain Sargus, the level 8 that I don't have, but we will be proxying. Captain Sargus, the level 8. His effect is to detach from any XYZ on field, and then pop a card, any card. So that will activate Champion Sargus because a monster was detached from somewhere to pop or bounce. So those are the two free interruptions there. All right, now, and don't forget we'll be getting Ecclesia back for free, or whatever. So Tally Ho, the way it works is you detach first, then you add a Springens from deck to hand. And it really gets fun now. Like, it's starting to get fun about like what Springen I add to hand because there's so many combos. But I think the best thing to do for just the sake of this this video, what do we want to do? Fuck it. Let's detach 3. All right, so let's detach 3. I'm gonna detach 3 materials because remember he had a grave effect to get us any free interruption. So I'm gonna detach 3 materials. Now, we just have the Merrymaker under, which is fine. Okay. Now, now that we've detached 3, that means we could summon 3 Springens, but not before we add any Springens from deck to hand. And we already have one in grave, so it's just gonna be amazing. I'm gonna add Kit, right? Let's keep it to cards we're already playing. All right, Kit to hand, and then I'll special as many as I want. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Summon 3 monsters for free. Now notice this. We have 3 Springens on board. Now the new card that came alongside and that everybody missed out on and forgot and just completely passed them by. This card came out with Fallen of White. It's Gung Ho. And when Gung Ho is summoned, you go Gung Ho. You can, when this card is sent or summoned, you can summon a Springens, Captain Springens Sargus, Springen's Captain Sargus. You can summon him from anywhere every time he's summoned or sent to the graveyard, and he's the one that gets you 2 interruptions, 2 pound bounces and pops. So, and get this: detach 2 materials to summon any monster from your deck. Like, what the? All right, so let's lay our kit and lay our Springens together. Actually, let's use Springens of kit's effect, right? We add any spell or trap from deck to hand. You guys can see how broken this is getting. So let's add any spell or trap from deck to hand, shall we? Totally free stuff we weren't gonna get before. I would like to add Branded High Spirits because I could get like the Mercurier. Yeah, let's get Mercurier. So I'll add Branded High Spirits. I'm always gonna have a monster, so let's just, I'm gonna shuffle up and I'll lay like 5 cards out, and then whatever, I'll pick a monster from them to play my High Spirits on, but you know what, I'm always gonna have that. So Iris Sword Soul, nice actually with this. I like to have Iris Sword Soul in the grave. So, she is my flex spot card. She's my flex card, but I love her. She's amazing. She really is. I juice all 3 of her effects, and then I play Duality to turn her into Dragoon. I'm thinking about playing 3 Duality even. So, okay, now Springen's kit added Branded and High Spirit, then we put a card to the bottom, no problem, maybe even fixed our hand, right? So let's overlay now the 2 Springens, and let's remember that kit is now going to be underneath, giving us, if we, on the follow-up turn, if it leaves, another summon from the grave. But what we're going to do, since these are 2 Springens, is we're going to summon the new Gung Ho. Gung Ho on summon says summon Captain Sargus from deck or anywhere. Let's summon that Captain Sargus. Oh, right, so we were proxying him, so that's Christia. So those are the 2 proxies. Now, okay. So, Christia is the Sargus. So what we have is a quick effect pop, which would trigger him as a quick effect bounce. Fallen of White, the Ecclesia is coming back. We have, this is going to be engraved in a second. Actually, let's leave this thing under, in the grave. Let's leave it in the grave. And we could summon, just because I want to use his grave effect. So we even could have used a free summon if you know what to do with it. Like if I was playing the new Explorer, there's a rank 8 who's so good. I think his effect is like select 2 zones and then pop everything surrounding those 2 zones. And he does other stuff, but so if I had that, I could just rank 8 right now. Or if I didn't go for Sargus yet, I could just rank 8 with the thing, right? But we're gonna leave him engraved for the sake of this. We're gonna activate. So yeah, we do have that quick effect pop and a quick effect pop or bounce, and we play our Branded High Spirits. Let's just play it now, sending Iris Sword Soul, and we'll add to hand. I mean, you know, we could do anything here, but let's add. Oh God, a Cartesia would be pretty nuts. Yeah, let's add Cartesia, I guess. Even though I was gonna just go gung-ho, detach 2, summon Cartesia. But you know what? I actually want to keep this here because it's good that it's another XYZ that has materials to detach from. So I really keep my opponent's cards just completely off the board. It's nasty. Anyway, Blazing Cartesia is a perfect way to open up some space here. So let's special summon Cartesia from hand. And, oh crap, so we, alright. I shuffled the hand back that I made, the imaginary hand. So let's take another 4 cards because I sent the Iris Sword Soul. Or no, 3 cards. No, that's right, 4. Okay, so we have Mercurier in hand. That was a layer I was gonna go for free off of her. So we always had that interruption, but we have that now. So okay, we have Thrust, but we don't know if they have a monster. So whatever. So let's play. Actually, we are gonna use because I play 2 Mercuriers. So good thing we do. I'm gonna go ahead and play Cartesia, infuse my Mercurier in hand and Cartesia. We are summoning just a 1-card combo, guys. Summon a Dust Dragon. Dust Dragon on summon. He's gonna send anything from extra or deck that's level 5 or higher, level 6 or higher. What I'm gonna send here is Albion. Okay. Now, really important is that we sent that Albion, because what we do is go with Brandon in red, and notice what would happen if we used like this. You know, you can make your mirror. Every turn now you're having a guaranteed Mirror Jade. It's every single turn, which is the goal of every branded player, right? It's like we just want to make sure we make Mirror Jade, make sure we have Quem to loop it. It's like it's all that we ever wanted. Get Ecclesia back, Dust Dragons in rotation. Got Champion Sargus popping and bouncing. Got Mini Sargus popping and bouncing. This is disgusting, guys. I've never seen a board like this before, and this is one card, and it's a better board than I can come up with 5 cards. So, we're not even near done. So, we're gonna go into end phase now. We could go Gung Ho Spring-ins and detach 2 to summon any monster from our deck. We could even, this is where I said 5 negates, but 5 interruptions, because it really goes way past 5. But with all the advantage and you know the Dust Dragon and all the other stuff, but because Dust Dragon summons my Lilith, and Lilith, if you're not playing Lilith over Perskinion, Lilith is a non-target. Focus on playing the cards that say non-target negate anything. Play those. Also, he says when he negates something, all your monsters gain 5. Nuts. Okay, so permanently every time. Permanent gain. So. I like how we drew like kind of fodder-ish cards in hand, which never happens. I never brick, but again, this isn't bricking. We're actually making full use of what we have here, and other than the Charmy, because the Brandon High Spirits, I like to set this. Look, I can set this and then discard the Charmy, send my Rinbrum on their turn, and I'll have Rinbrum in the grave. Then the card I add to hand will be the freaking second Mercurier. So we're gonna set this, right? That's Mercurier. Okay, so thank you, Charmy, for being in my hand. It's never a dead hand. Guys, a lot of the times, it's never a dead hand. If you're a real master, a lot of the times you can make magic happen. So, not that I'm a master, but I'm just saying, like, if a master will be able to figure that out. So, if the deck is balanced. And if it's not balanced, the deck will talk to you, so listen to it. Okay, we're gonna go end phase. We're gonna go Albion, and well, first we get a couple cards back to our hand, I believe. So Cartesia is gonna come back to our hand for free. Then Ecclesia is gonna come back to our hand for free. Then we're gonna go Albion. And, oh no, first, before we go into end phase, let's activate Spring-In's Braga. Okay, so here's our hand. Sorry, I didn't know you guys couldn't see that. Okay, that's our hand. So absolutely nuts. Ecclesia is coming back too. Don't forget, this is a 28 defense, quick effect pop that will trigger this to quick effect pop or bounce. So our board is nuts, yo, beyond belief. And we still have a space in the extra monster zone where Mirror Jade's going. So don't leave. So, all right. So we're gonna go use Braga's effect. This was our. This was actually going to be our Braga proxy. So we're going to banish it from grave along with any Spring-Ins in grave. Where's our Spring-Ins? Oh, I have him under Gung Ho, so it is important to use him. Okay. So, I'll put Dust Dragon in the extra zone. No problem. Alright, now... okay, so now I'm going to activate Gung Ho. Attach 2. So unfortunately we lose this and that we don't get to reactivate it the next, like we would re-trigger it at the next turn. Send 2 to summon any Albaz mentioning card from deck. This would be a good time to summon Therion as an Omni Negate. So like we could say it's Therion, or let's do, just for the fun of it, I like to like screw around with people. That's how crazy I think this deck is. Let's summon Albaz the Ashen. None of my monsters can be targeted. He also gains 200 for every monster in my grave. And he says every time a monster leaves my field that he can summon himself back from the grave. Very good card. And his name is Albaz. So let's see what his attack is at right now. We have like abused the board to a point where we almost don't have a ton in the grave, but let's still see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 plus his 18, that always he's always at least 36 and so. So it gets over any like, you know, unaffected kind of guys like Luna Light monsters or like Dogma, the Dragon that devours Dogma. Yeah, unreal. So let's go ahead and play Albion, right? all our zones are locked out. How are we gonna do this? Let's see. We could go, so we could sync first. Oh, we're doing Braga, that's right. So Braga banishes from grave. This is the proxy. And we're gonna banish a Springens. Let's banish Springens kit, we don't need it anymore. The OG one. We banished those two. Add any Springens card from deck to hand. So let's add Springens Interluder. You might wanna pause it. Negate any card effect every turn, each turn. And special summon any level 8 from the graveyard. And if you and all in one, if an XYZ leaves the field, which that effect would make it leave the field, it would bounce it back to your extra, then you can make all your opponent's monsters lose 1,000. So we're gonna set this as well. Now that's an interruption as well. You guys seeing like where we're going with this? And you don't have to do this every turn. You can do this when your Fallen of White gets negated and you have a Cartesia or some way to rank 4. But I advise, I'm not gonna get too opinionated, but like I do advise breakers over hand traps, and I do advise more gas, but a balanced gas, you know, but more gas, so that you can push through a lot. Everyone's so hand trap crazy. Just you basically auto win because their hand sucks if their hands are full of hand traps. You'll push right through. You just need one card to really go off in this obvious. All we needed here. We did pretty much all of this off of like a rank 4, a generic rank 4. So, and I'm not kidding. Kinda, you know, it's crazy. So, we'll go ahead and activate our last card. That'll be the Albion, where we can get any card from hand, deck to hand. Let's add our branded in red. Okay. I play one opening and one Aliber. I know I limit my normal summons because I do normal summon Fallen of White a lot more now because this is a lot of fun, right, guys? A lot more advantage. Alright, I'll activate Branded in red. I'll add Fallen of White back to my hand. Now I have 5 cards in my hand. Guys, I have 5 cards in my hand and I have every zone maxed filled out. And now we're about to make a Mirror Jade. Like this is, and now our Gung Ho doesn't matter anymore because he's just sitting there with no materials. But we do have a lot of ways to get materials back on them. That's what the Springens do. So, let us go Branded in red, banish our Fallen in white that we just added back, and then we'll banish the Gung Ho. Okay, these are all banished. Which is really sweet to have a nice little banish pile going because there's a lot you can do with that when you play Sword. Sword is a phenomenal card, the trap card. Let's summon back, alright, so let's summon our Mirror Jade. You're gonna like this one. This is a little silly though, but summon Mirror Jade. Alright, now it's about as much as I could possibly ask for from Branded. How about you? Okay, we still have 4 cards in hand. Ecclesia's still trying to come back, but we don't have space. So what we're gonna do is go Mirror Jade on our own monster, but we're gonna loop the Mirror Jade twice on their turn anyway, so it's okay. And it gives us a free extra deck send, so it's awesome. So what I really should have done, how smart would it have been if I chose this to be from Gung Ho? So from now on, this might be a line I do often. If I had, because we still haven't activated Mercurier's banish effect, so, or either of its effects. So what we could do right now is banish with Mirror Jade the Mercurier, and then it'll give you a 5th card in hand of your choice. How insane is this combo? So let's go Mirror Jade, send from extra deck, giving us another thing to play in phase. We'll send Titaniclad, because I have a lot of good Dogmatica cards that are hand traps. And we'll banish the Mercurier. Now Mercurier's going to add a card from deck to hand. Alright. Any cards. So we could add an Albaz wouldn't be terrible, but Albaz the Ashen is a very good discard because it's a card that comes back every turn with 4,000 plus, and no one can be targeted. So we'll add him. See what I mean by it's nice to have cards other than Quem and Cartesia to search with your Ecclesia? I can't stand your 40 card builds. I really can't. Alright, so check this out. 5 cards in hand, right? And the hand is just immaculate. And this is actually not a break. This is a follow-up card that gives me a whole line of a lot of advantage. So Brandon Red, and I totally get it, guys. Like I had 40 cards for the longest too, but I just started discovering this, and I found ways to, if you create enough of a balance with your deck, and you have and you really have a connection with your deck where you're listening to it all the time, you can play 60, you can play 50. You know, no reason you can't play 50. So, okay, Titaniclad, end phase effect. Let's add another Dogmatica from deck to hand. So 5 cards in hand, right? 5 cards in hand. We have. Did we activate Quem? No, we haven't. Let's play Quem. Let's reborn our Mercurier. It just does not end. But like, all right, say we don't even like want to summon the Mercurier for some reason because we want Ecclesia back, whatever. But yeah, Mirror Jade banished Mercurier, adding the Ashen, but we left that space open so that Ecclesia can come back. So that's really great. Also, we can add the second Mercurier by with the Brandon High Spirits. So yeah, guys. Oh, that's right. Titaniclad adds us 1 Dogmatica card. So since we're body locked, we're gonna add to the hand a Dogmatica that we can play the moment a space opens up, which we can do instantly, pretty instantly. So we can add Fleur de Lis, which will be a non-target, negate any monster on field, and then also all monsters gain 5 when he attacks. Or the star of my deck right now, and has always been since I started this. Where is he? Here he is, Thunderbolt. New card, Doom of Dimensions. Beautiful artwork. Yeah, so I just added this to my hand. So now we got 6 cards in hand, right? But notice, this guy, his effect is quick effect, summon himself, and set a trap from your deck that's a Dogmatica trap, and then you can activate it the same turn. Goodbye.